Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's town hall meeting. As we're planning to share with you how Newark is becoming a cleaner city. Tonight is the third of a 5-part series, and we are hosting it with the Department of Public Works. The director, Khalif Thomas, and his staff will be introducing themselves shortly. But just to give you a little bit of information about Newark People's Assembly, we are an office of two, myself, Andrea Mason, and Lavita Johnson, who's at the desk, who welcomed you in and signed you in, and you'll now be receiving some emails as it relates to all things City of Newark. Newark People's Assembly aims to bridge the gap in communication between the city, its departments and agencies, and the community. So our hope is for City Hall to be more transparent, for you to not think that we're just making all the decisions and that you have no input. Our motto is make your voice heard, and that's why we host these community meetings, because we want you to be informed and we want to hear what you have to say if you have any concerns, opinions, or just suggestions about what's going on in the community. So without further ado, I'm going to pass the mic over to Director Thomas.
We have our own.
Please place your phones on vibrate.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Director Thomas. I'm Director of the Department of Public Works. So right now, we just go introduce our staff, bring our staff up here. We got Mark Francis, which is our code enforcement. Well, he's going to introduce himself. Mr. Greene, Louis, Mr. Durant.
Actually, all the staff just go on up so you can introduce yourselves. And while they're walking up, I'd like to take this opportunity to just thank Elliott Street School staff for hosting us. The principal, Miss DeSantis. There you are. I didn't even see you at the door. And also Vice Principal, Miss Lamboy. Thank you so much for your hospitality. The room is excellent, and we are very grateful on behalf of the mayor. I apologize. Before you start introducing yourselves, just so that everybody knows, we also have this meeting being recorded. It will be viewed at a later date on Newark TV, Altice Channel 78, and Fios 28. That's the cameras in the back. And also to my right is the translation booth. So if you do need any Spanish devices, they are translating real time, simultaneously.
Si alguien necesita dispositivo para entender en español, porque la presentación va a ser en inglés, tenemos aquí un equipo que le traduce. ¿Alguien necesita equipo para traducir al español? ¿Alguien necesita equipos? Uno, ok. Yo lo voy a asistir, estaré aquí para asistirlo.
Gracias.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Hakeem Durant. I'm the manager of the tree unit for the city of Newark.
Check.
And demolition.
Good afternoon. I'm Yusef Jordan, superintendent for DPW.
Buenas noches. My name is Louis Matos. I am the manager of sanitation. I deal with all your garbage and collect all your garbage. If you have any complaints or any questions, I'm here to answer them for you.
Evening, everyone. I'm Kim Greene, manager of Department of Public Works, responsible for the areas of snow. Everybody happy with that, right? Me too. Street sweeping and recycling.
My name is Vicky Washington. I'm the tree coordinator for the city of Newark. I'm here to answer any problems, concerns, or situations regarding trees or even stumps. Thank you.
Mark Francis from Code Enforcement. I'm in charge of all your vacant properties, city-owned properties. We work with the city, connecting and let them know to clean, garbage and debris around the properties. That's what I work with.
My name is Terry Smith, and I'm a nighttime manager of the Department of Public Works, Sanitation. If you have any problems with missed collections or street closure due to construction, you can call 973-733-3814. That's 973-733-3814. It's someone there all the time, 24 hours a day, to answer your complaints and concerns about anything, miscollection, misrecycling, or anything.
Y'all got to lift the energy up in this room a little bit. We got to lift the energy up. So we decided to have these town halls for a number of reasons, because we feel like there's a big barrier in communication between the Department of Public Works and Newark residents. So what we have is here, we brought the whole staff out. We want to hear your concerns, your ideas, your complaints. Feel free, give them to us. That's why we're here, to address any issue that you have around your property. So one thing I want y'all to point out is that we have a Newark Connect app. And if you download this app, and when you put a complaint in the app, it automatically comes to our cell phone. All the directors and managers with any complaint, anything that's is harmful, that you need 911, just continue to dial 911. But anything else that's non-life threatening, that you could put it in the app, and it comes directly to the phone. So one thing we want to talk about is the city services that we provide. So we just want to reiterate that when there's a municipal or federal holiday, we do not collect garbage. So that means when the government shut down, Department of Public Works shut down, that no garbage should be put out because we're not working. So the second thing we want to speak about, is solid waste collection. One thing we're trying to do is we're trying to select certain neighborhoods, and we're trying to standardize the garbage cans in the neighborhoods so residents could understand that they have to put their trash inside of a can without putting it on the ground loose on the bag, and the lid is closed, and it have wheels. So we're trying to promote this, and we're selecting about 4 different neighborhoods in the city, and we're going to try to put standardized garbage cans in those neighborhoods that have everything uniform, and to prevent residents from continue to put garbage out on the curb. That's on the curb where rodents rip the bag open. You know what happened after that? We start feeding cats and rats. So we're just trying to we're going to do away with this. We probably launched this around the fall season. So we're recycling. We have to encourage y'all, educate y'all to recycle a little bit better than what we're doing, to make sure that we put our cardboard, our paper out on a day that is scheduled, and we put our bottles and cans out on a day that is scheduled. Usually North Ward is split up into two different districts, Monday and Thursday, Tuesday and Friday. If you Monday and Thursday, your cardboard be out on Mondays, bottles and cans out on Thursdays. And if you Tuesdays and Fridays, your cardboard will be out on Tuesdays, bottles and cans will be out on Thursdays. And the first Wednesday in Zone A is bulk day. If we cancel, if a holiday fall on a Wednesday, we cancel the bulk day. So that means once we cancel, we usually send out robocalls, and that's why we created this booklet. So I want everybody to make sure they grab a booklet, because this booklet is pretty detailed with information that when we cancel it, we only go pick it up if it's 5 Wednesdays. So if it's 5 Wednesdays in that month, we give you an extra chance to have your bulk picked up because it was canceled due to a holiday. So we want to talk about the trees. So with the tree unit.
Does anyone have any questions thus far about the cans, the standardized cans coming in the fall perhaps? Yes, ma'am. Just one moment. We want to make sure everyone hears you.
Hi, I'm Sandra Myatt. I'm a resident on Broadway for 50 years, and I have never had a garbage can. I've always put my trash out in the green bags, the night of. So in the 50 years, this is a new day. I don't have any problem with any changes as long as you tell us what to do and you do it right. So when will we in the North Ward are we going to have to purchase these cans, or are you going to give them to us?
The first one we going to give out free.
Okay, and when will that be in the North Ward?
So we're trying to do like the fall area, so we identify neighborhoods.
Okay.
So that's how we got we can't do the whole city at one time. So we try and do a pilot in like 3 different neighborhoods. And that's when we go reach out to the residents, let them know that we're doing one standardized can, and we go give them a free can.
Okay.
It won't be the whole ward, but we're going about neighborhoods.
Do you need my address?
Yes, we need your address.
In what neighborhood do you live?
You see on the lower Broadway.
That's lower Broadway. That's the
Yeah.
neighborhood.
Yeah.
The ward is North Ward. Your
Yeah.
neighborhood is
It's
lower
lower
Broadway.
Yes. Yes. But we do have to, that's one thing we do. We have to put our garbage out properly because we actually feed the rodents by just leaving the trash on the ground. And we go on night collection. And the North Ward, Lower Broadway, Upper Broadway, my Prospect area, we doing the whole entire North Ward night collection. So what that means is if your garbage get picked up on a Monday, that means between Sunday night, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., you got to have your trash out. A truck will be through there between the hours of 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. So we running this in the entire North Ward in both zones that we start night collection. Night collection helps us, especially in the summertime. We don't have to worry about that sun beating down on the workers or they working hard. You know, it's hot. So we had to get it with the light hours, the sun not raised. You know, it's usually cooler. You know what I mean? So we doing that night collection in the North Ward. So with illegal dumping, we ask that y'all continue to help us with illegal dumping. And the number is 973-733-6000. That's good. That number is directly to the Public Safety Office. And we just want the residents to understand that when there's illegal dumping on your property, the property owner is responsible, not the city. The property owner is responsible. The property owner is responsible from the curb line until 18 inches into the street. That's by ordinance.
Just 1 second. There is a question in the
Two.
back.
Young lady and young
Okay,
man.
let me make my way around. And just to clarify, if there is illegal dumping on your property, the homeowner is responsible.
Hi, my name is Emily Mans. I'm a resident of the Central Ward, but I think kind of in the North Ward new collection area.
Welcome.
Thank you. Could you tell me the phone number for illegal dumping again?
973-733-6000.
Okay, great. And I was curious, so there's a home behind mine that's owned by an investor who has a lot of debris and trash, and actually the rodent control came and they took some of the rodents away, I guess, which was great. But I was just curious about the, if it's in the backyard and it's investor owned, like how did people take care of that? How do you address that kind of illegal dumping? Like it's not a random person, it's an actual person who owns the property.
We as, you hear me? Okay. We as code enforcement come out to the property. If it's outrageous dumping, we're going to actually put a clean and lean on it. Clean and lean is going to be up to $5,000, up to the, what is the cost? $5,000? $5,000 to $100,000. We put it on the property. We put him in court. He's actually going to go to court. We put the lien. We tape it on the property. We let sanitation know. Sanitation comes to the property and come and clean it. If it's real bad at the point, we're going to put him in court ASAP. I usually go to court. When I mean go right away that day, I do it Monday. I'll go back Monday afternoon and put that person in court and have him in court next week. So we actually will come out to that property. I'll get the address, and I'll go there and check on that property today.
Great, thank you.
We have one of our great superintendents just arrived late. His name is Mr. Spencer Close. Get her information right here, Mr. Close. Raise your hand, miss. Get her information. Yeah.
Miss Mans.
Miss Nance, you can sit down. He'll come to you. He late, so
Mr. Close is going to get your information. They are calling him out. You have a question? Okay, here you are.
How you doing? Mr. Rosario. I'm new in the neighborhood. I've been here already so far 3 years. You were saying about illegal dumping. I live in 798 on Summer Avenue in the condominiums. We come out, we have our own trash and stuff in the back. But when we come out, by the tree, there's always trash there, not by us or the residents. So I told them I'd come and speak. Well, how do we go about that? You say you fine the owners, because some people own apartments there, but we don't throw out the trash there.
So in the condominium, they have cameras outside?
No, we don't have no cameras. There's 2 big damn trees there. And leaves come down most of the time, and it's a mess and stuff like that. And I have other questions and answers because they asked me to come here and talk for them because they can't hardly talk English. So I'm representing most of the residents there.
Okay, so if somebody placed trash outside, one thing we have to do is we could contact the Public Safety Division, let them know that it's legal dumping transpiring in front of your property. But ultimately, if it's anything put on your property, is the responsible owner, the responsible property owner, who's responsible for disposal of it.
Because we're inside, and then
Yeah,
they have a gate, and then everything is on the outside. I try to keep an eye out, but I get up at 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
I work for the town of North Bergen, and I work for the Board of Education, and I try to keep tabs on this.
Yeah.
But it's hard, because every time I get out early in the morning, and nobody sees nothing, and it's dark there, and they pass by and they throw their trash right there. And that's not us. Everybody knows, because the condominium sent letters to the tenants and everything not to dump outside at all, because we have our own garbage that come in, they pick it up.
Yeah, that's where we have to ask them to invest in cameras. That's the only way we go catch who's sitting out there dumping. You know what I mean?
That sounds good. That sounds good.
They invest in cameras, and then they report it to public safety, and they'll launch an investigation. Hopefully, it's the same person that's keep doing it, so they could be able to catch them. But
And I want to testify on some other safety issues with kids, people, but the issue hasn't come out yet with you guys talking. So I'm going to wait till you talk, and when that issue comes up,
you could ask it.
All right, speed bumps. Kids get hit by cars or people walking, and I'm very concerned because I work for the school system, and I see a lot of kids and parents, and if you're even crossing at the cross streets, because cars come in at tremendous speed, motorcycles, and stuff like that. And they were asking me, but I don't know much about this town. I know about North Bergen, how to go about it.
Well, we about to tell you about Newark.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Speed bumps. Because over there, they think it's a dragway.
Yes.
You know, and it's not. And I see motorcycles, popping wheelies, and all this and that. I'm not a superhero, but I'm concerned for their concerns. You know what I mean? So I'm just coming out here to speak for them, too, as well as my safety, because sometimes I'm there with my grandkids, and car could sped off and come into me or onto the curve, and which already had happened a few times.
Yes, we go take the area about the speed bump. They have to go through traffic and signals.
Yes, I know.
They actually have to get somebody out there to do a traffic study.
Yes.
So after they do the traffic study, then they determine if they go put the speed bumps or the little strips in the street, the rumpers that'll help slow down the traffic. But that'll go through traffic and signals. We'll get your information. I'll forward it to the director.
That's why I wanted to address that, to start getting the start and letting them know what's going on, because I want to help them out. They're very concerned. Their own house is there. I live there, too, and I'm concerned about the kids' safety.
Yes.
And if you work for the Board of Education like I do, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, we understand.
Okay.
So we can go get your information. We go forward it to the Traffic and Signals Division.
Thank you very much. Yeah,
Close.
Yeah, my name is Carlos Cruz. I'm the senior A. Make sure you got my card and my number. I follow up any complaint that you have. I follow up with you. Please make sure when I talk at the end of the meeting. Si alguno tiene una pregunta y no puede hacerla en inglés, la quiere hacer en español, se la podemos traducir para él. If anybody has some question in Spanish, we can translate in English, okay?
Another question?
Right here.
Sure.
Hello, I'm Victor Pagan. I live here at 64 Elliott Street.
How you doing?
A question I have is, when somebody put a dump garbage in front of your house, you have no chance because somebody not here to pick the garbage quick. I see it happen couple of days ago. Happened. Somebody have a garbage like a concrete or something like that in the sidewalk. I see they took pictures and they sent a ticket to the owner of the building. I wanted to know how much is the fine or the illegal dumping garbage in front of the house when you cannot pick it up for some reason.
I don't know the fine because actually when you go to court, it's up to the court liaison and the judge that picks the fine. All we know that we hit you for dumping, illegal dumping your property. We don't, as we inspectors, we don't know the fines of what it is.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
And also with that illegal dumping, if the individual is caught doing illegal dumping, Carlos. Carlos. Victor, his name. Mr. Victor.
Oh.
Carlos. Cruz, tell him. I was trying to get your attention. What was your name again? Me? Yeah. Victor. So, Mr. Victor, if the person get caught in the act illegal dumping, right, and the city have to come pick it up, we charge them for the manpower, the equipment they have to get it up, and the disposal.
Otherwise, forget it. You very on deep.
and they confiscate the vehicle if they do it in the vehicle. Yeah.
Okay. Any more questions?
I also, for the viewing audience, I'd like to introduce Carlos Cruz is the mayor's aide for the North Ward. So he is the liaison directly from the mayor's office to the constituents in the North Ward. So as he stated a bit earlier, be sure to get his card because he is your direct connection, okay, to City Hall. Other questions?
Let me touch one more topic, which is a big issue in the North Ward, is bulk. The bulk ordinance says that you put out bulky items, the maximum you could put out is 10 pieces. So what that means, you could put out a couch, you could put out a dresser, a table, you can't put out paint, no bricks, no construction, no renovation. What we do is we come out, we take 10 pieces. If it's an excessive amount of bulk, we take before and after pictures. We take 10 pieces. After we take the 10 pieces, we take a picture. And if there's still a massive amount of bulk, we send code enforcement out there to find. So we ask the people to please do not put out more than 10 pieces of bulk. Any question? Because anything after 10 pieces, after we take it, is $250 per item. That's the fine. So that's why we ask to put out 10 pieces, no more. You can put less. It'll help us out, get us to the neighbor house a little quicker. Right? So we good on the bulk? 10 pieces. Whether it's a building, 6-family house, 8-family, 10 pieces.
So is the homeowner responsible or the building owner? So if I put out 10 and they put out 10, first floor puts out 10 pieces, second floor puts out 10 pieces, and the third floor puts out 10 pieces, the homeowner is responsible for the excess of 20 pieces?
Yes. Do we understand about the bulk? 10 pieces? Total. If you're in a 15-story building, it's 10 pieces total. It depends on what zone you're in. Where you at? Mount Prospect? You Summer Avenue. Where at? Summer Avenue. Give me the barriers. You in Zone A. So your first bulk day is you live in a gated community, which is a private development, so we don't pick your bulk up. But for the residents that live in that area, it's first Wednesday of each month is the bulk day.
And if you get one of these nifty books that Director Thomas was just talking about, the information is right in the booklet on page 3. All of the information that we're discussing this evening can be found in this A Cleaner Newark booklet.
And don't forget we got a small recycling presentation.
Yes, Ms. Brenda?
In a minute.
We're almost ready for your
One note on electronics. We at 62 Freeling-Heisen, you can bring your electronics to us. We'll also, we're at 62 Freeling-Heisen. Come inside. We had to lock the gate. We used to leave it open, but people were dumping stuff on us that we couldn't take. So if you have electronics, TVs, computers, printers, things of that nature, you can bring them to us. All your electronics. So you can bring them Monday through Saturday, okay? On Saturday, it's a little shorter period of time, but we'll go from, say, 8:30, 9 o'clock to about 3:30 in the afternoon, Monday through Friday. If you're a senior, over 62, we'll pick it up. Okay, so call in, and we'll get it at that point, okay?
Here's another question.
And what happens is, people used to think that it was bulk. It is not bulk. because the electronics have heavy metals and things like that that will impact the water. That's that the landfill, the material's taken to, the bulk is taken to. So they want to make sure that you don't put that out as bulk. Okay?
Yes.
Hi, Ms. Myatt again. For street cleaning. Oh, shall I wait?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
Absolutely.
On street cleaning, on Broadway, it's Wednesday, and there is a sign from 7 to 9, actually on my side, that you cannot be parked from Monday to Friday. But because now we're such a residential area, everybody has cars, the parking and what have you. So now when they come through to clean the street and cars are there, are you ticketing them?
Well, let's talk
Now,
about.
but let me.
Okay, go
And
ahead.
also, when they clean the street, do they use water? Because sometimes when they do clean it, they leave more trash there than they pick up. I know this. I'm retired, and I've seen this. So that's my question. And I'm a senior, and I don't think it's fair that I would have to go out after he supposedly cleaned the street and re-clean it.
Point of information, there are about 11 parts of county roads that go through the city of Newark. And we don't sweep the county roads. The county does. So what I would recommend to you is dig into them like you're digging into us. We're not perfect.
Well, excuse me. I dig into them. I don't have a problem with saying that. But when I
Excellent.
call them, they tell me it's a county road and the city of Newark is responsible for the cleaning. I'm being very
What's the
honest with
address?
It's on Broadway, 328. That whole block, when they street clean, it's a county road.
It's a county road.
Yeah.
So
And when I've called there, they say the city of Newark is responsible for cleaning. Thank you.
and you're at 378.
No, 328.
328 Broadway. Okay.
So with the street sweeping, right? With the street sweeping, the county roads, the county are responsible for street sweeping and snow removal. So those county roads throughout the whole city, the city of Newark does not sweep nor plow their snow. They are responsible for it. And the vendor that actually does Broadway is Schrager, and they usually ride with the Newark Parking Authority to issue tickets if it's tickets in the way. What we're doing on our end is that I'm going to do the same like I did at every other meeting. Due to the nature of complaints that we're receiving from these community meetings, I'm going to reach out to the director of the Department of Public Works for the county and bring up that concern about them sweeping, using more water, and try to leave less dust behind.
Here's a question.
Again, on my block on Southern Ave, a machine comes by, it does its job, and I'm on both sides.
That's
I
city.
seen your gentlemen,
That's
they work
city right
hard.
there.
Those guys work hard, and I see them, and I give it to them. I'm not going against them or against the other people. But the machine does come by. People complain they get tickets. The machine never comes by. I've seen sometimes when the machine does come by, but it doesn't pick up all the excessive stuff it's supposed to pick up. I'm trying to help out the town, too. I'm new here. When trucks come and they deliver to the grocery stores, the big type trucks, step trucks, and they take branches down from the trees, which is not our problem. It belongs to the streets. It belongs to the town. I want to know who picks up the branch, because I picked them up a few times. They hit it. I'm going to start writing license plates of the truck. That way the town could get after these people, because they park on our resident side instead of going to the store on the other side, and things come down, big branches, and they leave it there. And then it's a hazard for the kids, us to park, and people to walk around.
Okay, when you have that particular issue when a truck strikes a tree and a tree limb falls down, you can take a picture of it and put it into the C-Click Fix app, and then I will, myself or Mr. Durant will respond, or once we respond, we'll cut the tree limb up and remove it expeditiously. as well as if you don't get a response straight away, there is another number that you could call, which is the 4311 hotline, but we prefer you use the C-Click Fix to get a quicker response. But the only way that we know these incidents are occurring if we get notification. And the public's help, any notification we get, we will respond. Any issue pertaining to trees or street sweeping or garbage or recycling, if you take a picture and put it on a C-Click Fix, there will be response time within 24 hours for everyone from the department that it pertains to.
Like I said, our area, we're going to start working with you guys. I'm going to make sure they get their help, and we help you guys too. We're not going to fight each other. This ain't a debate. We're going to help each other.
We appreciate it.
Right.
Watch and watch each other, right?
Yes.
We appreciate that. And I also want to just reiterate what Ms. Washington said. If you're not able or don't have a smartphone and not able to download the Newark Connect app, you can also call in your complaints to the 4311 hotline, which is 973-733-4311, and they'll manually take your complaints. Are there other questions, concerns about anything?
We're going to give them a history. We're going to give them the tree process.
Okay, go ahead. There's a question.
Okay, if you have a tree issue in your neighborhood or on your block or in front of your house, the proper way to do is, one, again, use the C-Click Fix so we can come out to do an inspection to determine what's the issue on the tree. And once that issue has been determined, whether the tree needs to be pruned, it needs to be removed, or you have a lifted sidewalk, then I will come out and determine that, and either myself or also to myself or Mr. Rant will come out, do an inspection, and then we'll add it to a list work order, and we'll come out and do the pruning or the removal if it's possible that we can handle it. Because some of the trees here in the North Ward are extremely large. So those trees we can't handle, so we must submit them to a contractor to remove, because the tree limbs are so large that you need a crane to remove them. Also, too, you can also refer to page 15 and the C-Click in the 12 to 15 pages in the booklet that we supply to everyone here. And if you have a stump issue, once again, we have to come out to determine what's the issue with the stump. We know if the stump needs to be removed because it's in front of your property, it may be impeding your pipes. So whatever issue you may have, you must submit that with the complaint when you do on the C-Click Fix or the 4311. And we'll do our best to remove the stump, or if we can't handle it, we will definitely make sure that the stump gets removed in a timely fashion. Mind you, we have over 220 stumps here in the North Ward alone. So with that, we did a survey to determine how many stumps there were here, and as soon as we get the proper equipment, we will make a substantial effort to get all of these stumps removed here in the North Ward and throughout the city.
Thank you.
I have a question. I have a couple of properties through Lake Street, and I live right across the park,
Okay.
one of the property. But the leaves from the park comes across, and enforcement keeps sending letters to the properties, and we don't have trees in the properties. I've removed all of them.
Okay.
I want to know what I could do about that, why I keep getting letters when I don't have trees in my property.
Well, the director will try to assist you with getting in contact with the county, because that's a county road as well. And I know for a fact that the county puts up the orange netting in the fall, but sometimes, before they put the netting up, the trees do, because my mother lives on that block, so I'm quite familiar with the issue on Lake Street with the trees. And we'll try to get you a number that you could contact the county and, to refer them to let them know that you don't have any trees on your property and you shouldn't be receiving any summonses. So before you leave, we'll get your number, and we'll get a number for you and then you'll be able to address that issue with the county.
Any more questions? So I just want to go over like the tree process so we all understand. When y'all send the reports for the trees, we just want y'all to know that the city of Newark does not remove healthy, living trees. If it's a dead tree, we'll take care of it. If it's a healthy tree with branches leaning over towards your property, which she was saying that we'd do a cut, so we'll remove that branch from hanging onto your property, or if it's something that's hazardous to the walkway, we'll remove that as well. And with the stump process, there's a process with the stumps. So stumps don't get removed. Like she said, she identified 225 is a process. So they only accepting 8 stumps at a time. So they put in the first 8 addresses. So the 811 that we call, they come out and they make sure there's no gas line, water lines, or electrical lines. They have to give us permission before we start to remove that stump. But right now we're about to bring up Ms. Brenda Anderson. She's the recycle coordinator for the city of Newark. She's going to explain to us the proper way, how to recycle, what's recycling. And we have a lot of giveaways on the back table, and we have a lot of refreshments. Please don't leave it there. And these cans is free. You just got to have an ID. We're giving the cans out for free as well.
Yes, free is good. For recycling purposes only. Don't put your trash in there. Just recycling.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My name is Brenda Anderson. I'm the City of Newark Recycling Coordinator, and I'm here to talk to you about recycling. Do everybody understand what I'm saying? Now, 1987, and that was over 30 years ago, the City of Newark started the recycling program. You have to recycle 3 items out of the waste stream. The first one is the newspaper. Second one is cans. Second one is bottles, glass bottles. You cannot throw that in the garbage by law. And what I'm finding out, you're still doing it wrong. 32 years we've been recycling in the city of Newark, and you're still doing it wrong. What's the problem? I'm asking a question. What's the problem?
We don't know.
Okay, now, 1987, Governor Kane passed a law, stated that we had to recycle 3 items out of waste stream: cans, bottles, and paper. Over the years, we have added to that list. Now we recycle plastic bottles. Now we recycle your electronics. You cannot throw your TVs and computers in the garbage, and you cannot put it out for bulk. You have to call Recycling Office 973-733-6685 if you have any electronics that you want to get rid of.
Can you repeat that number, please?
973-733-6685. Thank you. Okay, or 4311, either or, 85 or 4311. You call the number, we'll tell you what day to put it out, okay? What day to put it out. Don't put it out for your bulk. We'll tell you what day to put it out, and then the recycling crew will come around and pick it up. Okay? Everybody understand? Okay. Now, we have to recycle because we have to save our earth. What's happening is that we're using raw materials from our earth to make stuff. We're cutting down our trees to make paper. Why would we do that? And we already have paper made. That's why we recycle. Okay? Now, if you're in Zone A, which is Mondays and Thursdays, that is your recycling day. Mondays, you put out your paper and your cardboard. Thursdays, you put out your cans and bottles. Okay? Like the director said, you can get a free recycling can free of charge with proof of address. Okay? What goes in this blue can is your cans, bottles, and glass. Okay. And plastic. As you can see, I brought some items so you'll understand what I'm talking about. Like this right here, plastic. This is plastic. This is glass. and your cans and your tuna fish and your seasoning, all that, and your laundry detergent, okay? All that goes in the blue can, and you put it out for Thursday. Paper, you take all your papers, put it in like a one big box, and sit it out for collection. Okay, everybody understand? Okay, good. Now, the paper we take is like your rice, okay, your
Pasta.
macaroni, you know, your what is it? This right here. Oh, I have one thing.
Delivery boxes.
Yeah. All that. And your Coca-Cola, you know, all those cardboard materials, and your magazines, okay, mommies and McDonald's.
Happy Meal.
You don't throw it in the garbage. You put it all together and you put it out for collection, okay?
Can we recycle the bags from the fast food restaurants, those paper bags?
From the fast food?
Like the one that you just showed?
Yes. You definitely can. Yes. If it's not soiled. If it's with grease on it, you cannot take it. Such as your pizza boxes. Pizza boxes is recyclable if it's not soiled with grease. Okay? You can put it out for recycling. Your shredded paper. I was told today that they will take your shredded paper, but they only will take it in a brown bag. It cannot go in a plastic bag. So you have to put it in a brown bag, yes.
Just one moment.
The brown black bags like that we have for the leaves, not those bags, clearly
No,
not those.
no, not those bags.
Like a shopping bag?
Shopping bag that you get from the supermarket, like Whole Foods. You know, they give you the
Or
brown.
ShopRite.
They give you the brown bags. Okay, everybody understand? Tuesdays and Fridays, if your garbage days. Tuesdays you put out the paper and cardboard, and Fridays you put out your cans and bottles. Okay. Now, next thing I wanted to talk to you about was cooking oil. Cooking oil goes in the garbage. Do not put your cooking oil in the toilet. Okay? Please do not put it in the toilet. What you do is you take it, put it back into the container that is here, and put it out for garbage. Everybody understand? Okay. Yes. No, go in regular garbage. Okay? Now, another thing I want to talk about, anybody that's diabetic, you cannot put your needles in the garbage. What the state say for you to do is take it and put it in a container like this. Once it's filled up, tape it up and put it in the garbage. Okay? Don't put the needles in the garbage regular. You have to put it in a container. Okay? Everybody understand? Okay. Anyone have any questions?
Yes. Just one moment. There's a question over here. The young lady wants to know about putting the paper and stuff in plastic and sitting it out during recycle day.
You can put your recycling in clear plastic bags.
They said they don't want to take it.
On the issue of plastic bags, plastic bags are contaminant. They
Another mic, please.
Here you go.
Plastic bags are contaminant. So we take the. Does everybody know where the recycling goes?
No.
Okay. What happens is we pick it up curbside, our vendor does, and takes it to a material recovery facility. The paper goes to one location, and the bottles and cans go to another location. Paper in plastic bags is a contaminant for us to pick up, and the location that it's taken to doesn't want it in plastic bags. They have a problem with it. As far as the bottles and cans, we're looking at containers like you see here. If no one you don't have a container, please sign up for one, and having it loose with no contamination like plastic bags is the best way to collect that. As we're moving into the future, we're looking at additional containers that would be more rectangular type totes for paper. But until we get to that point, you want to have as little as possible things that are not recoverable in that stream. And in the fiber stream, they don't want plastic bags. You want to put it in another box. You want to put it in, as Ms. Anderson was saying, Brenda was saying, if you have shredded paper, and that's kind of like a new thing today, because shredded paper used to be garbage, we were throwing it away because they couldn't identify what the grade of paper was. But all of these are valuable resources because of the things that she talked about before. You don't have to have virgin materials. You can have reused materials and still make a product that is usable for us. So you save a lot that way. That's why we want to recycle. But plastic bags, we try to stay away from plastic bags. And I think, Brenda, you sent me something that the Senate voted on eliminating plastic bags in New Jersey. And it's going to the Assembly for them to vote on it, because I know there's a number of municipalities that have eliminated plastic bags at point of sale. And you're looking at other towns, Newark, and the state is going to follow that route. Now, when we had one of these first events, I'd heard that by 2050, if we continue in the path that we're going, there's going to be more plastic in the ocean, weight-wise, than fish. So, cut out the plastic bags. Thank you.
Okay. Question? Just one moment. Just one moment. Un momento.
Thank you. I'm just curious, Director Thomas.
Yes.
Okay? If in the meanwhile, the containers that you have, is it possible for, this is concerning the paper, if you could just put a P on them until you come up with the solution for the totes or whatever you have, so that the employees can pick it up, because sometimes we don't always able to get a box to put it in, but we do want to do the right thing. That's just a consideration.
It's an entire educational piece with our workers or with the vendor that collects the recycling, that we have to tell them that they identify their cardboard will be placed in the tote or in a can with a P. So you have more than one recycle can, that's what you're saying? Yes. Yeah, I'll speak with the vendor about it, because that's what they have to look for now. So it's like a big educational piece we have to do with the vendor to tell them why they out there collecting our cardboard and our bottles and cans, to start taking a look out for a garbage can. So, but what we try to do in the meantime, we try to get them totes in here like yesterday, so we can start giving them out just like we give out the free recycle cans.
So I do know that
we'll take that idea into consideration.
I remember at the South Ward meeting, Ms. Williams brought up that point. Is it okay for her to put out her paper and boxes recycling in the blue on those Thursdays, and on Mondays, and put out the bottles and stuff on Mondays? And it was directed no. But I want to tell you that I do that, and I think it's just the way, or let me see how I'm going to verbalize it. Recycling for me is recycling, and I think we were on the same page at the South Ward meeting. If recycling is to be put out on Sunday night for Monday and it's bottles, cans, and aluminum, that's what goes in the bin. If recycling is to be put out on Wednesday night for Thursday pickup, we put the paper, the boxes, and stuff. So I tried it again, because most of the time I just put the boxes out plain, but I did try to put it out just this past Thursday, and they took it without a problem. So perhaps, educating the recycling company that, hey, if it's recycling, you see it's recycling, it's in the blue bin, that means take it, versus I'm not trying to make more work for
No,
anybody.
no, you're not. But we have to understand that when we take that fiber off the streets, we expect it to be clean. That's where we get. That's where the city get rebates from.
So it's
when
a
they take it to the, it could get like a pizza box.
Contaminated?
People recycle a pizza box.
Yes.
But once a pizza box becomes stained, it becomes garbage. It's not really a recyclable piece.
But
'Cause
that
that's-
would be the same if we put it on the curb, in another box, or in the blue can.
What about being contaminated?
No. So I'm just saying that it was the recommendation to just sit it on the curb.
Yes.
And what we were saying is, can't we just sit it in the blue bin?
That idea, we will look into that idea and we will speak with the vendor. But I think that if he agreed to it, we have to put it in like a clean recycle can. That can will be strictly designated to cardboard.
Okay. Thank
Paper.
you.
Sorry, Brenda.
Yep. Thank you.
What about motor oil containers?
Motor oil containers.
They put in a recycle can, and I would like to know what we do with that, because many times I have multiple family home, and many times when I come to take the recycle out, I saw few containers of motor oil in there. What about that? Is safety or no?
What right now we're trying to streamline what we're taking. Where you buy things from is where you should take them back for recycling. So you should recycle your motor oil where you buy it from. Your plastic bags that you get, you might want to take them back to the grocery store. Those kinds of things. So those streams, where you buy your tires from, you want to take them back to those people and let them recycle them, because they've got that stream built up. We're looking mostly at municipal waste, household kinds of things, recycling that you would recycle there. But you buy a number of things that you can take it back to the place of origin, the place where you bought it.
The problem is we're not there 24 hours, and many of the tenants do things in the cars and put the cans in the recycle.
Are you saying
when I come
illegally
to
dumping?
Take it out, I found all those cans in the recycle bag.
Oh.
We can't be there 24 hours to check who did.
Right. I think what you're saying is somebody illegally dumped it.
Yes.
And that's, I think, what the director was talking about was, call public safety. I think that number was 973-733-6000 to identify the issue, and they would get involved in that. But
Thank you.
Cameras are awake all the time.
You have cameras on your house?
I have to put cameras, yes.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, are they leaving it behind or are they taking it?
No.
Are the recycling company, is the recycling company picking up the motor oil?
No.
Oh, so they leave your can?
No.
So they're not picking up your recycling at all?
No.
So they're leaving his recycling because of the motor oil containers?
Louis.
Yes, they leave it in the container.
Yes. Questions?
Okay, Louis is going to talk.
Just one moment.
Miss Anderson?
Do we still have the Household Hazardous Waste Day? Could you expound on that, please?
Why she asking?
You have one right here, Brenda.
Here.
No. Sakina. Michelle, could you pass me the household hazardous waste flyer back there for me, please? Yeah.
I brought all of them.
Okay. Okay, to answer to your question, the next Household Hazard Waste Day is May the 2nd, okay? And the computer and electronic devices is May the 16th. But you have to bring the materials to the county in Cedar Grove, okay? But the city of Newark will take your electronics. You can bring it down to 62 Frelinghuysen Avenue, okay, or you can take it to the county, okay, so either or. Now, the household hazardous waste is a list of the materials that they will take. They will take your paint thinners, household cleaning fluid, car batteries, okay, oil-based paint, fluorescent light bulbs. Okay, that is the household hazard waste items that the county will take. Okay, but the flyers in the back, right there on my table, and the telephone number and everything you need to know is all there. Okay, next question.
Right here, Miss Mann.
If you wanted to get rid of something bulk between bulk trash pickups or paint, like house paint from inside your house, is there a way to do that?
Is there a way for her to do that?
Like to go somewhere, drop it off?
Not the paint.
Home Depot accepts the paint.
Okay.
The other things that you might want to get rid of in between times that are bulky items, you would have to pay to have removed. The city comes by once a month. Other than those collections, you would have to pay to remove it.
It's a couple of locations inside Newark, like it's one on Frelinghuysen Avenue. That's another facility, a disposal facility. So if you want to get rid of some things, you could call like the junk people or the demo people, and they'll come pick it up as well. But the paint, they usually, when you have old paint you want to return, Home Depot usually take the paint back.
Por favor, antes de irse, las personas que no han llenado este formulario, recuerden llenarlo, lo tenemos ahí disponible, por favor, este cuestionario con algunas preguntas. Quienes no lo han llenado, por favor, necesitamos que lo llenen. Please remember fill out the questionnaire, please.
Thank you. We are willing to answer all your questions.
Take your time. We ain't going nowhere.
Okay. Just to be a little more clearer, piggying back on what she said. Okay, my bathroom fell in. It fell in. It's just enough maybe that might fill half of this, that green thing. We know we can't put it out on the garbage. We can't bring it down somewhere on Frelinghuysen Avenue to get rid of it, because you can't always afford to have someone to come out and pay for it. I'm just curious.
No, see, when we pick up bulky waste, we take that to another facility, and we don't pick up renovations. So even like a bathroom fall in, sheetrock, tile, we still consider that renovation. Toilet, windows, we consider all those items of renovation, not bulky items. So that's why, like, even when we out there collecting bulk, if people got toilets out there, we don't touch the toilets. We leave it there. If it's tile, sheetrock, we leave it there. We send an inspector out to write them up. Yeah, we wish we could, but it's an issue when we get into the facility. What I think we need to do too is, like, around the communities, we need to get back to organizing neighborhood cleanups. We're going to start ours in April, and we have Earth Day in April. And I know this individual I'm about to say, she live in the North Ward. She been sitting back there quiet, but she's our sustainability officer, Ms. Natalie Augusto Filiona. If you have any questions about Earth Day, planting trees, she'll be more than welcome to answer you. She'll go do a little quick introduction back there. Thank you, Natalie.
And she's going to share some information about some neighborhood
Love
things.
your block.
Hi, everyone. My name is Natalie Augusto Filion. As Director Thomas said, I'm the Chief Sustainability Officer for this community. So what I wanted to share is that the city runs a small grants program. It's called Love Your Block. And so neighborhood groups, community organizations, really anyone who is a stakeholder and part of the Newark community and wants to see the community be cleaner, more beautiful, revitalized, remove a blighted property, you can apply for a grant of up to $5,000 from the City of Newark. It's a competitive grant process, so we have workshops that we've scheduled, and one of our categories is community cleanups. So if you wanted to organize something with your block association, or even if your neighborhood and your block doesn't have a homeowners association or tenants association or something like that, it costs money to rent one of those big bins, one of those big dumpsters. You could apply for a grant, rent a dumpster, buy some pizza, right? Have a day where you're doing something nice for your community to beautify. So community cleanups is the first category. We also have another one that's about sort of activating a vacant space. So for example, the city runs an Adopt-A-Lot program where you could take a vacant lot and convert it into a community garden, add some planter boxes, plant some flowers. You could plant a tree in a neighborhood area. You can do some programs in parks. So last year was our pilot year, and we had somebody who proposed to work with students in schools surrounding Mildred Helms Park in the South Ward and collect art from the students and display it and have a movie night at Mildred Helms Park. And that was a grant for, I think, $1,500 that we made to this gentleman and his community project. The last grant category is called minor home repairs, and it's really about curb appeal and beautifying. And so our first grant that we gave in that category last year, we had a neighbor who proposed to work with all of her neighbors to replace all of the porch lights that are out, and to everybody go out and paint their fences on the same day and clean up little patches on the sidewalks that had cracked a little bit, and things that they could do themselves. And I think they also proposed to buy flags, welcome flags, to show that neighborhood pride. So these are just ideas that I'm sort of feeding you. I have copies of, there's a sign-up sheet at this table here in case you want more information, but I also have with me copies of the mini grants application. It's due next Friday the 20th. It's relatively short. We tried to design it to be very accessible for folks, so we ask you to think about how you want to spend the money, what your planned project is, who's going to be part of your project team, and all of this was actually established by ordinance by our municipal council. So I have a copy of the ordinance as well, where it details what's allowed, what's not allowed. You know, this is not designed for paying someone's salary, for example. But if you needed a contractor because there was a fence you needed to build and you needed somebody with expertise in that, then you could allocate some of your program budget to hiring a contractor or services. I wanted to spend a little bit of time talking about this because, frankly, the folks who come out on a Tuesday night are the folks who care about their neighborhoods, right? You are my audience. You are the folks who have the ideas. Thank you for being here. We all understand because this is our jobs, right? We show up to where our boss tells us to show up, our boss being Director Thomas and the others in the leadership of the community right now, right? But you are here of your own accord because you want to be part of the change. You want to learn from the community, from the city, about ways to sort of do work better. So basically, this is a small way in which we want to say, give us your ideas so that we can, bring those ideas to life in whatever way we can. And then just by way of background, the work of the Office of Sustainability is to advance our sustainability agenda. We're trying to make the community cleaner, greener, healthier, more prepared to face the impacts of climate change, and better engaged with green economic opportunities. So I do a very wide range of programs in partnerships with our department directors and colleagues, as well as in partnership with folks across the community that advance sustainability and climate action efforts. So any questions about that, please feel free to find me. I was hiding in the corner, but not really. I'm accessible, I'm around.
So please, this is an opportunity, up to $5,000 in funding to beautify your block, so take advantage. Even if it's just 2 or 3 of your neighbors that get together, do it. Back to Ms. Anderson.
One thing. Did you talk about your adopt a sewer?
The catch basin.
Adopt a
catch basin.
Yeah, catch basin, sorry.
So a couple years, 2 years ago, I started a program with our Department of Water that was focused on the litter and the trash that collects in the storm drains. So you made a comment previously about how sometimes the street sweepers will come through, but they won't get everything. One of the problems that happens is that when it rains, the storm water that's rolling down the street is picking up potato chip bags, straws. They're picking up all sorts of stuff, and that stuff is going into the storm drains. Some of that, if it's not caught at one of our netting facilities, ends up in the waterways. So the comment that Mr. Greene had made about plastic contamination in the oceans, I mean, it's an eyesore when we're walking down the street and we're like, oh, there's all this trash in the collection in the storm drain, but it's also a broader environmental issue that's really affecting the planet and the health of the oceans. So we started a program that was really about education and drawing attention. We wanted people to recognize that there is infrastructure that you don't see. It's invisible because it's under the ground, and these storm drains are the face of it, right? So we started to have people adopt them and beautify them. So you might have seen across the neighborhood that some of them are painted. That's all under this Adopt a Catch Basin program. At the moment, we have, I think, somewhere between 100 and 150 that have been adopted. They're all over the community, and if you adopt it, you can work with a volunteer artist to have it decorated, and we also provide you free plastic bags, free paper bags in the case of the leaf litter in the fall, gloves. Basically it's just a program that our water department runs, and it's really been very successful. It's another way that we're trying to make that connection between litter and the health of our waterways. Thanks, Kim. For what it's worth, because everybody loves free stuff, we also run a rain barrel program. So the water department will give you a free rain barrel to connect to your downspout, and this is to sort of help with the fact that our sewer infrastructure is really quite old. We're an old community. We're the third oldest city in the country, so that means that when they were building the infrastructure under the ground, anywhere from decades ago to centuries ago, it was with fewer people living here, right? So there's a lot of folks that live here now, and that means that sewer infrastructure can get overwhelmed very quickly. So we're doing a lot of different projects to sort of manage rainwater, and one of them is this rain barrel giveaway that I think folks who have, maybe you might grow food in your backyard, or you just want some extra water to clean your car or your front lawn with, or what have you. It's a way of capturing that before it just hits the sewer system. So you can learn about all of that stuff, newarknj.gov/sustainability, and there's links for Love Your Block, there's links for the rain barrel giveaway, there's links out to, tree efforts that we do. We will have a tree planting on Earth Day. Thanks for flagging that. The Earth's birthday, April 22nd.
Is it safe?
It should be safe.
Thank you. Any other questions regarding sustainability? Adopting a catch basin, getting a rain barrel, Love Your Block grant, recycling,
neighborhood cleanups.
Okay, with the neighborhood cleanups, if anyone wants to start one, you can contact me, and the city will give you rakes, brooms, and shovels to borrow to do your cleanup and dispose, and they'll pick up the disposal as well. Okay? So anytime that you want to start a cleanup, call Brenda, and she will provide the tools and everything for your cleanup. Okay? Okay.
Do you work with private organizations and private houses to do the cleanups?
Wait a minute, say that again.
The condo associations and things?
Yeah, we can do the organizations as well. Yeah, they have to be clean in the community, not just, the whole community. That's what we deal with the community. Right, exactly. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Another question. We have this problem with dog feeders. Owners that walk their dog, I don't think they do that in their house. But we live in a condominium and we're fenced in. We have signs, but they don't have no ordinance or state article number. See if the state could put some signs up and keep an eye on this. Because, I mean, these dogs, you get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, you don't know what you're walking on. It's nice for them you could use the grass or the property that's there, but pick it up, How can we go about that, sir? I'm asking.
Curb your dog.
And you never catch them. You never do,
unless you have a camera.
I caught a few of them. I stay in the car, and I tell them, you're going to pick that up? Oh, yeah, I'm going to get that bag. If I wasn't there, he would have left.
Yeah, that's true.
sometimes I feel if I like pick up the shit, go to their house, drop it off on their porch, but, amen, we can't do that. That's evil for evil.
I'm not sure he knew he said the word.
No,
It just flowed right on out. Our sentiments exact.
Okay, back to recycling. We have warning labels, and my recycling crew rides around the neighborhood. If they see your recycling out wrong and it's supposed to be out correctly, they will give you a warning. It's just a warning. It's not a ticket. It's just a warning to let you know that you placed it out incorrectly. Okay? Everybody understand? It's not a ticket. It's a warning. That's all it is. Because I'm getting phone calls saying I got a ticket. No, you did not get a ticket. You just got a warning. It's that you put it out incorrectly. Okay? Now, what I want to talk to you about is when you recycle and you put out that cardboard, it turns into something else. This pad right here is made out of recycled cardboard paper. Okay? So this pen right here is made out of water bottles. The water bottles that you buy, when you recycle it, it turns into something else. That's the reason why we have to recycle. Instead of using our natural resources to make stuff, we might as well make the stuff that's already made. So if that's all that you have, no questions, I'm finished, I'm done.
Nope, you're not done. No, don't clap yet. You're not done.
Thank you. First, I want to thank you. The crew came out and they got my recycle last week. Thank you very much. Anytime you call down there, if she can help you, she does. Thank you. And then now the next is that it's not totally a gripe, but often when the workers come and the can is on the curb, it ends up in the street 2 houses down. Now, I suggest that maybe sometimes when the crew supervisor, however you call them, when they're watching and monitoring the crew, please don't come out in your vehicle from the city. Be in a different type of vehicle. So if they're doing undercover, so if they are doing some things that they shouldn't be doing in any neighborhood, they won't see you and stop. I just want to say that.
Okay, that's a good point. Yes. That's a good point.
Thanks for that suggestion.
Very good point. Okay, is that it?
Supervisors?
Mr. Matos, the constituent said when you allow supervising, sometimes being a non-marked car, so you can monitor the workers to see what they're doing. They got complaints that when they dumping their trash, they leaving the can rolling down the street or in front of somebody else's property. No, I thought that was a good suggestion. We saw that you was talking, so we decided to call you.
I have an unmarked car. Now, I just got one. So, you're absolutely right. The chain of command for, chain of command for refuse collection goes from the worker to the driver, from the driver to the supervisor, and the supervisor is supervised by a superintendent. The superintendent's responsibility is to make sure that the supervisor is doing what he's supposed to do. One of the things the supervisor is supposed to do is monitor these vehicles. In the last 3 years, we made a significant improvement on how we've monitored the men and the men's responsibility. We have done extensive training over and over again on what they're supposed to do. Please understand that there are times where you put a garbage can down and the wind blows it 6 blocks away. Night collection will help us immensely. So at night, you put out your garbage between 6 and 10. My guys come around between 10 and 6 in the morning, pick it up. So when you step out of your house to take your kids to school, or you step out of your house to go to work, you grab your garbage can and you put it away. So it won't sit out there all day to be blown all over the place. You're right. There's still a lot of room for improvement. My supervisors and superintendents are doing their very best at the moment, but I think that's a good suggestion. A couple of unmarked cars to sit there. We've done it a bunch of times. We've disciplined men at an extraordinary rate. Yeah, absolutely. I I have 3 great women drivers that drive for me. So we are open for anyone who wishes to work, when the jobs are available.
They work better than my men sometimes. And that's one of the good things about night collection for what he just said. That garbage cans won't be out on the street all day while y'all at work. When y'all come out in the morning, 9 times out of 10 your trash will be collected already, and you can put your can back on the side of your house.
Think about your neighborhoods, right? So we all get up in the morning, either Monday and Thursday or Tuesday and Friday, and we have to pass everybody's garbage to go to work. We have to see it all. Our friends and families who come visit us from other places have to see it all. The people who visit Newark, who want to invest in Newark, or are coming to Newark to eat, or go to the Prudential Center, or go to different places, have to pass through all that during the day. So if it's all up, if the garbage is all picked up, it's not a blight issue. No longer can see all that. You don't see the tons of bulk on the middle of the street waiting to be picked up, the trash piled up waiting to be picked up. The traffic. So the school buses, the garbage truck, you get stuck behind the garbage truck. You're stuck. The garbage truck's not moving. I'm going to tell you that right now. The garbage truck is going to pick up the garbage. It's not going to move over if it's possible. It's dangerous to pass a garbage truck. It's dangerous to my men. It's dangerous to your car. It's dangerous to everyone. So when you're behind a garbage truck and you're honking that horn, get out the way. We have a job we have to do. But now we do it at night. Everyone's sleeping. There's less traffic. There's less idle time. The garbage truck also gets stuck behind a school bus, gets stuck behind everyone trying to make that left turn, and we get stuck and we idle. A diesel truck idling, it's not good for the environment. So all these things is a plus for a nighttime collection. It's something that you'll see a significant difference in your neighborhoods. A significant, people walk past the garbage that's piled there. The kids, let's go with the kids, right? They're eating their breakfast.
On their way to school.
They're on their way to school, and there's 7 garbage bags piled in. I'm done. I'm going to toss it on top of your garbage cans, on top of your garbage bags. All that goes away. All of that goes away when there's no place for them to throw it. They got to walk to if they're raised the right way, they'll walk to a can or keep it with them till they get to a trash can. But when you see blight, people tend to produce blight. And so nighttime collection will do an immense job in helping the city look so much more cleaner than what it does at the moment.
I had a quick question for whoever can answer it. Who's responsible for tax abated property pickup? If it's a tax abated property, who's supposed to pick that up? Because I've seen that not get picked up by sanitation before, and I'm curious to know why.
Okay, so we're all taxpayers here, right? If you have a tax abated property, obviously it means you don't pay taxes. Okay, so tax abated properties don't pay taxes. So they're not entitled to city services. They're not entitled to garbage collection. They're not entitled to the different things that we give the residents who pay taxes. So they're responsible to get their own private collector to collect their own garbage, to collect their own bulk, to collect their own recycling, cardboard and bottles. They are responsible to do that since they're tax abated. They don't pay taxes, but you do. So it's a system that's in place. We don't collect tax abated properties. Some tax abated properties are churches. Some tax abated properties are large, multiple dwellings. Some of them are just as 3-family houses right next to you. So we keep an eye on what's tax abated and we don't pick up. We do not pick up businesses. There is no commercial pickup from the City of Newark Sanitation Department. 0. We pick up our own public buildings, but we do not pick up commercial properties. They are responsible to get a trade waste permit, which tells anyone who walks in there who picks up their garbage. Okay? And they're responsible to have someone come out and pick up their own garbage. They pay for it. If we run into a situation where a business is putting out their garbage, we call code enforcement or sanitation inspectors, say, hey, listen, we're not picking this up. Get out there and make this person do what he has to do. if you give me a minute, I want to say something in Spanish here. Por favor, es importante que llenen esto. Nosotros necesitamos saber lo que ustedes piensan de recoger basura de noche o las diferentes cosas que están en este survey. Si me hacen el gran favor, antes que se vayan, cógelo, llénalo. Es importante que su voz esté cuento, que nosotros sabemos lo que quieren, lo que están haciendo. Por favor, cogen su tiempo, llénalo, dáselo a las señoras que están adelante, para que nosotros podamos ver lo que la gente de este barrio, de este lugar, de donde viven ustedes, saber lo que quieren hacer, ¿ok? So si me pueden hacer eso. For everyone in English, I'm just saying this survey is super important. It lets us know what you want. Your answers to this is super important. About night collection, about several other things in here that lets us understand what you need. How you feel about it. This is what this is about. Us getting to know each other and me getting to understand what you need. Okay? So the surveys are over there. Make sure you fill these out. This is something I really would like for y'all to do.
Mike.
Go ahead.
How many times you gonna do night collecting?
So night collection is exactly like day collection. All it is, we're doing it at night. Okay. So if your garbage is Monday and Thursday, it's still Monday and Thursday. You put out your garbage from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., and you go inside your house and watch the TV and do whatever, and then my guys will come out and pick it up. It'll be exactly as if you put it out 6 to 10, and I got it in the morning. But now I'm just going to get it at night. Okay? So you won't even notice a difference. It doesn't faze you in any way except that I pick it up at night. You're supposed to put your garbage out between 6 and 10. That's when you're supposed to put it out. You continue to put out your garbage between 6 and 10. You just won't notice that we pick it up. The night before collection is how we do it. So we made it so that it doesn't affect any of you in any way, do anything special. Just continue putting your garbage out on the days you normally put your garbage out. You just can't do it early in the morning. You gotta have to do it between 6 p.m. and 10 p.m. in order for us to collect all of it. Okay?
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Matos. And I just want to clarify very quickly, there's a difference between tax exempt and tax abatement. So Mr. Matos was right in saying, from what I understand, that there's still no collection from those people that are tax abated, but tax abatements, they do pay partial taxes. They're not exempt. So I just wanted to clarify that.
Okay. I'm just curious for the workers, in light of the virus, is there something in place for them that would help, them health-wise, more precautions that they should take, the workers that are picking up this stuff, okay?
We follow the same CDC guidelines that they're encouraging the residents. It's the same for the workers. Did you do I thought the garbage man was more healthier than the average. Could you tell him that?
Well, being a garbage man, your immune system is just stronger. And these walking behind a garbage truck or being in garbage this long, and you build up that immune system. So we'll put it in God's hands, as well as educate them what the CDC is saying, and it's education and being in the business.
All right. Well, I want to thank everybody for coming out. She said there's no question. She said no. Are there any questions? Any other comments, concerns, suggestions?
Okay. Usted dijo que colecten, que pongan la basura de 6 a 10.
Sí, señora, la ley dice que tienes que poner su basura el día anterior que lo recogemos, entre las horas de las 6 de la noche a las 10 de la noche.
Ok, entonces lo recogen en la mañana.
Sí, ¿qué días son los días de basura, la suya?
El lunes.
Ok, so el domingo a las 6 de la noche usted lo pone, de 6 a 10.
Quiere decir que no la van a colectar en la noche, sino en el día.
No, señora, nosotros vamos a recoger todito de noche. Ahora mismo...
¿A recoger en la noche?
Sí, señora.
Entonces, ustedes cambiaron entonces.
Sí, vamos a cambiar. Eso es porque estamos
Eso-
hablando. Eso es una
eso es lo
cosa
que quería
que le
saber.
quería explicar. Nosotros queremos recoger la basura de noche.
De
es
noche.
importante que usted sepa por qué lo queremos hacer.
Ajá, ¿por
La
qué?
ciudad ahorra dinero.
Ok.
Segundo, la basura no se sienta afuera todo el tiempo. Tú sabes que tú te levantas a la mañana
Está
y tú ves
bien.
toda esa basura.
Está
Si vienen
seguro.
las familiares de nosotros, ves toda la basura.
Ya.
Si viene visitante para la
Sí,
ciudad,
sí,
ves
sí,
toda
sí.
la basura. Entonces, lo vamos a recoger de noche para que no haya tanta basura afuera.
Perfecto.
Igualmente, nosotros sí recogemos la basura de noche, no tenemos que preocuparnos de los niños cruzando la
Muy
calle,
bien.
no tenemos que bloquear las calles, las avenidas,
Ok.
recogiendo la basura. Ya la mayoría de gente está durmiendo.
Exacto.
Entonces, va a haber un poquito de ruido, pero va a ser fácil, como pasan los radios, los muchachos en sus camiones con su radiola y todo, pero
Sí.
vamos a recogerlo todo de noche. No cambia nada para usted.
Ok.
Usted el domingo por la noche lo saca y el miércoles por la noche lo saca, y cuando
Bien.
hay encombros, los pedazos grandes de mueblería, es el primer miércoles es cuando usted lo saca igualmente. Martes por la noche lo saca y nosotros lo
Déjame hacer
recogemos
una
por la noche.
pregunta. La lata de pintura, esa
Ok.
uno la puede tirar.
La lata de pintura no lo podemos llevar en la
¿Y
basura.
dónde la ponemos?
Ok, un momento.
Sorry. I miss you.
Señora, las latas de pintura
Ajá.
no pueden ir en la basura. Entonces, cuando recogen la basura, nosotros quemamos la basura. Va para un incinerador y lo quema.
¿Y dónde
Pero
ponemos la lata de pintura?
lo puedes llevar para atrás. ¿A dónde lo
¿Y
conseguiste?
si yo no tengo carro?
Ay, señora, eso sí que no te puedo
Ay,
ayudar.
que
Pero yo te voy a dar mi número de teléfono y tú
Ok.
me dices cuántas latas de pintura
Ya.
tú tienes y yo te las recojo y te lo llevo para Home Depot.
Ah,
¿ok?
perfecto.
¿Está
Thank you.
bien?
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Gracias.
I'll pick up her pink.
Okay. Please remember to, it's census time now, so please remember everyone to fill out that census questionnaire.